Okay, Saturday, May 13th, 2023, coming back from the gym. So, I actually tried to record this one time before, but I want to get this message more crystallized, more concise, I guess. In this video, I want to talk about my reaction to Trump owning CNN the other day, and and everything that goes around with that. Now, the Democrats, of course, Cooper Anderson and all these people were crying unfair, 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 but whatever he is or whatever he says, truth or not truth, it's not what he says, it's how he says it, that he can elicit emotions. And it's a lesson that if the Democrats want to win, they have to learn. I mean, I have to admit, I felt like actually he made his points. I didn't see any lying, to be honest with you. I just saw brutal honesty more than anything else. But and I mean, I'm on the side of Ukraine, and most of my life I've been a Democrat actually. But truth is truth, and he owned CNN, and he got people on his side. I mean, people were cheering for him, and I'm looking at the YouTube reactions because somehow we can't see the whole town hall, the replay, from end to end. Somehow that's not on YouTube. And then YouTube, of course, is woke, and they put all the search results that are, about this town hall, like all the unfavorable, critical reviews, and not even giving us the raw data, but putting all the stuff that suits the liberal narrative on top. But I don't know. I think the Democrats are in trouble. If Trump and DeSantis, which I think inevitably will run on the same ticket, if Trump stays out of jail, which it's looking more and more likely. I don't even believe in a lot of these charges on him, and I'm pretty critical, but it's no worse than what JFK and Lyndon Johnson and Bill Clinton, the kind of trouble they got themselves into, and it's on that line, so if he's running with DeSantis and next year, Democrats are pretty screwed. RFK Jr. and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, unless the economy is really kicking ass, and it's and Americans are, things are going really, really well, and Trump is in jail, they're not going to win. So what can they learn? If I were them, I would be looking at this town hall as some learning points, or some points they can take to fix their own agenda. So if the Democrats could fix three things the Democrats could do differently, and they could secure the vote next year. The first one would be, get over this woke stuff. It's really divisive, and they're losing people. When you're, trying to take an American institution like Budweiser beer and turn it woke and everything. It really backlashed. The commercial market pretty much rejected that. Their sales are down, and that might even be the death of that company. That might even be the end of them. They're going to have to do some major marketing to get out of that, because now there'll be a lot of smaller brands that'll take up the slack that didn't sell out their values. So, and then putting all this woke agenda in the schools, it's too much. I agree there should be some laws and protections to stop discrimination and give equal access to the job market and protect people in the workplace. But when you totally turn it around the other way and ram this stuff down people's throats, it's going to have a backlash, and it'll actually, all the things that you're trying to stop and stop the discrimination, it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to make people boil up inside. People are pretty tolerant, actually. Like here in Ukraine, we learn a lot from Ukraine. Everyone just kind of goes about their business. We have all kinds of people here. We have minorities, we have gay people, all kinds of people, but nobody is in anyone's shit. No one's being discriminated. You know, as people here are just kind of in their own little bubbles, and if you go and apply for a job, as long as you can do the job, it's you got to know people or whatever. I mean, the pay sucks, so. But like I said, it's just it's not a thing here, and everyone is coexisting. Everyone just coexists here just fine. Everything is just fine here. It's not being rammed. So yeah, that's number one. Number two, the second thing is you got to change the policy on Democrats if you want to win and really secure the middle, really secure this undecided vote is the border. It's really not fair that. And this is just really a outside perspective that America and the whole world is doing everything they can to protect Ukraine's border, from this invasion, from a people who really want to fundamentally change the way of life here. And yet they leave the border on America, the world's most powerful country. They want to leave it wide open. And then they don't even want to have rules like E-Verify or anything to make sure that people are paying taxes. America is not a cheap country to run, and when people are living there and working there, they need to be paying the taxes. So Democrats really need to be more like Bill Clinton and JFK. They were patriotic and progressive. Patriotic and progressive. They believed in strong borders. I mean, Bill Clinton even wanted a border wall. Trump stole that idea from Bill Clinton about building the wall. That was Bill Clinton's idea. The Democrats should be for that wall, and they should be for a system, fair immigration system, because we do have a labor shortage in America, especially in the service sector. Trades and everything, that people go through a process, get their paperwork done, get their background checked, they get a social security number, they have to go live somewhere like West Virginia where there's a labor shortage, and fill up the void there. They can be given a loan to start a business if they can't find the job. If they can find a business need. I was seeing some video about some poor town in West Virginia, and people tried to start factories there, but there's not enough people there to work. Most of the people there are all drugged out and on welfare and claiming disability and all this kind of stuff, and they're not able to work. So the immigration policy has to be okay, you can come from Mexico, America, you go through a process, and then you have to go live in one of these areas where you're needed. And you have to build it up, and they will benefit. They'll get rich from this. They'll definitely have a good life, and they'll be members of a community and everything. They got to be a system like this. It's if you go and immigrate to Norway, especially as a refugee, they're not going to stick you in center Oslo, in the luxury district in Aker Brygge. You're going to go to some place in northern Norway, and you're going to have to fill a gap there. And usually you just kind of hang out there in that cold, boring life, but it's good. You end up opening a small business, ethnic grocery store, a restaurant, and you get rich. So yeah, Democrats, you need to fix this border. You need to take a stand on this, that you're for America and for the border. You can't have this bullshit going on where America's bad and because of what happened in the past, and doing all this apologetics and and the way we rectify it is just ruining our country. Because if America goes down, Ukraine goes down, Russia and China and Iran go up, and then there goes the women's rights, there goes the gay rights, there comes back the gulags and the camps. It'd be like one giant North Korea. That's what you guys are standing for, to destroy the one good thing in the world. And yeah, America has got some issues with its history, but it's the past. We're not going to do reparations. We're not going to teach critical race theory that all white people are bad. I mean, white people did create America. Let's be honest there. And it's still better than Africa, living in Africa and living in India or wherever, us darker people have come from. Let's be honest. Let's have an open and honest discussion about that. That, yeah, there are some things like slavery and Japanese internment, but it's still not as bad as what's going on in Dubai or Africa today or India. There's wage slavery and even just outright slavery going on. What is it? Selling brides and human smuggling and all kinds of stuff. So teach this crap in schools in a full 360 degree in perspective of what's today. Yeah, let's teach it. Let's have an honest talk about the history, that America's history isn't perfect, but there's not going to be this apologetics. There's going to be this thing like we grew and we evolved. We started out in a bad place and it got better, and now we're in a point where we had a black president, and we anything is possible. That's how it should be taught. That it should definitely be taught that these things happened. I'm not all against CRT, but I'm against CRT when it's like to the point it's self-destructive. Because if you teach CRT enough the way you do it now and you destroy America, you won't get to teach anything, and there will definitely be racism. I'll tell you, Russia, Iran, these are not places you want to be a minority or you want to be gay or something. Definitely not. So just get with it. We're in the middle of a world war. We're in the middle of an ideological war with China and Russia and Iranians, and America needs to be number one, needs to be proud. Americans need to be proud of who they are. And if you Democrats can fix that, I guess that would be a third point by itself, is just a general attitude of patriotism. So these three things you fix, ease up on this woke stuff, get real with it, take a strong stand that there will be a border, even advocate that America will invade into Mexico like 10 kilometers, 6 miles, and create a buffer zone where people can wait to get into America. It'll be like a no man's land, and there'll be like, container shipping, shipping container houses. I saw a lot of those on Instagram and YouTube. They can make like little houses there with just basic, like a kitchen, bathroom, bed, and they can have a garden and stuff, and they can tend this garden, grow vegetables or something, do something productive while they wait for their immigration decisions. We should be hearing talk like that, like, yeah, we'll just take, because Mexico has caused us a lot of misery with this, so we should just take a, good chunk of it and turn it into a waiting room to get into America. And anyone who's waiting to immigrate in America, they can go there and hang out in this no man's land and, grow something, or make some furniture or something, and until they get their number called. And so, the border, the wokeism, and patriotism. These are three things, Democrats, you better wake up, because if Trump gets even a little bit more airtime, like the way he owns CNN, once this campaign gets going, the 2024 elections get going, it's going to be hard to stop him. I mean, he's got some momentum this time, and a lot of people in America, things have changed a lot since 2020. Things have changed a lot. There's no more COVID, and people are a little concerned, especially the moderates. I mean, you're always going to have like 47% hard left and 47% hard right. And the election is really about winning the middle 6%, like people like me, that are kind of moderate in the middle. We're listening to both sides, and we're really trying to make decisions here. And if I were Ukrainian, I'd be getting on these Democrats that they need to change their tune a little bit about this anti-Americanism. It's America that's saving Ukraine, 100% of the intelligence, 90% of the weapons. And Ukrainians should be pushing American Democrats that there should be like this patriotic message, because right now the way it looks is like Ukraine's success is coming at the expense of the U.S. That Ukraine's survival is not in parallel with American prosperity. American prosperity and Ukrainian survival should be one and the same, not on opposite sides, like one comes at the expense of the other. The better Ukraine does, the better America should be doing. So, because this is the calculus here, the weapons shipments, okay, you get like tens of thousands of artillery rounds every month, and you get like hundreds of thousands of bullets, and you get, some missiles, hundreds of missiles, but the Russians have like millions of warm bodies to just throw, just keep absorbing all this. They're playing this long game, like they will just use these cheap lives to absorb our expensive weapons. and then it becomes expensive for America and it flips an election, so Ukrainians, you got to encourage these Democrats to be more patriotic and love their country and fix this border with Mexico. So our border is, the American border needs to be fixed too. And then they can probably win the moderate vote. They can win this middle 6%, and then Ukraine will be secure after 2024. But if the Democrats keep going down this tune that America sucks and America should pay for its past injustices, but we give everything to Ukraine, then there won't be anything for Ukraine. The wrong side is going to win. The wrong side is going to win, and then it's all going to end. So Ukrainians need to push Americans to be patriotic. It's really important. These weapons that America built, they were built from the heart. They work really well because you have people in those jobs, in those weapon companies that really love America. They want to destroy Russia. A lot of those people are like my age, in their 50s. They grew up in the 80s America with Ronald Reagan talking about bombing Russia and nuking Russia. And it's like in our DNA, to bomb Russia, nuke Iran, all this stuff. It's in our DNA, and those are the people building the weapons. Is my age group. A lot of them now are program managers, program directors, senior engineers. That's why this HIMARS and Patriot and all this stuff works really well, because the people building those weapons have their heart into it. It's not like going to a job and going to a factory. They will work long hours. They built the bunker buster bomb in 60 days. They took a cannon shell, a barrel, and they put a warhead on that. And because of need, and because these guys just wanted to win for America. So you need to, Ukrainians, tell Democrats, remind them that America is a great country and they need to be proud of it, and they need to defend the borders, because right now it's just really bad. It's looking really bad in the news that Ukraine's success so far in this war has come at the expense of American prosperity, and then you have the Democrats keep downing America. Back there the message is like very anti-American, from the Democrats. So you need to get on the Democrats about this. If you want the Democrats to win, we need them to win. They need to be on the right side. They can't be like doing what they're doing. This is just crazy. We're in the middle of a world war. But anyway, that's all I got. You all take care. Bye.